Good morning. This is Lynn Gordon. I'm an Extension Beef Specialist with South Dakota State University Extension, and I'm fortunate to be at the 20th anniversary of the Cattleman's College, held in conjunction with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. And today I have with me Dave Specht. Dave was one of the speakers in one of the Cattleman's College sessions, and I'm going to let Dave introduce himself because he just had a change in location and role, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what he spoke about during his session to the producers today. So Dave, tell us where you live and what your role is.
Okay, my name is Dave Specht. I am president of Advising Generations, a consulting firm that helps families to navigate the generational transitions of farms and ranches and family businesses in general. I live in Connell, Washington. I was previously with the University of Nebraska, the coordinator of their family business program, and have since moved to Washington State to be closer to family.
Okay, great. Well, I know the work that you had done while you were at University of Nebraska totally focuses on families and farm transitions and ranching, and it's a tough decision for families to turn over that ranch when it's time to come. What were some of the key points that you told the people that were in your session today that they should consider or start thinking about if they're going to transition a ranch?
So the first thing we visited about was the different roles that people have. So there may be a family member that is working on the ranch that has ownership, and there's different roles of those who may not work on the family ranch but have ownership. And so the first thing that we talked about today was understanding who's in your family ranch system and what are some of their challenges and what are some of their questions. So from that, we really visited about 3 C's. The contingency plans for ownership and management. So the what if you don't get to your ideal situation, what are the contingency plans for both ownership on the ranch and also management. Cash flow is the second C, is figuring out how do you produce cash flow for that senior generation when they do want to take a diminished role, and also that next generation figuring out will there be enough cash flow to invite another family back to the ranch. And then just communication is the third C, is how do you have the same perspectives, the same perception of between generations, and that's through communication of intentions and expectations. And so really that's the gist of what we covered today.
I was going to ask you about communication because that is such a key role, and so you say it's one of your C's. What do you see as one of the most difficult pieces of that you've worked with in the family ranches?
I think just getting the conversation started about continuity of the ranch. There's some question as to who should begin that conversation. Should it be the senior generation, or should it be the next generation that asks about the future of the ranch? And really it's everyone's responsibility to talk about that. And so starting the conversation and then just being open and as honest as you can between the generations as to what's expected, I think is probably the biggest challenge.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate your comments, and I know that you had a room full of people that were really taking a lot of notes on how to consider transitioning their family farm operation.